So guys, we will be talking about how Eddie Thawne survives and becomes Cobalt Blue in The Flash Season 9. So if that sounds interesting, let's hop into it. Yo, what is going on guys, Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 9. This will be a theory video on Eddie Thawne becoming Cobalt Blue and how he survived the events of The Flash Season 1. So yeah, through set photos we have found out that Eddie Thawne not only returns in the back half of The Flash Season 9, but also he is now going to be the main villain for the final few episodes of the season as the highly requested villain known as Cobalt Blue. This has been a character so many people wanted to see Rick Cosnet play, and looks like it is finally happening. So pretty much this season it's split into two parts, just like ever since we've had Eric Wells as showrunner, just like what he did with season 6, 7 and 8. So just like that, season 9 is split into two parts, the first 5 episodes being the Red Death arc, a couple of interludes, and then we're going to be getting the next graphic novel with Cobalt Blue as our main villain. In regards to how many episodes that's going to be, whether that's from like episode 8 to 13 or something like that, we don't know about that. All we know is that for the back half of the season, Cobalt Blue is going to be our main villain. But obviously, how is this possible? We have seen Eddie Thawne as Cobalt Blue in the episode 13 set photos, aka the series finale. But how is this possible? How is Eddie becoming Cobalt Blue if Eddie Thawne died? So we'll be talking about how he survives and various other things like that in this video. So in regards to how Eddie is alive, if you guys would remember in the events of The Flash Season 1, Eddie shot himself to pretty much save Barry. Like, he shoots himself, he ends up dying, and then he goes through the singularity. This was all to help the Flash so that, Eobard Thawne gets erased from existence, because he's obviously an ancestor. So if Eddie dies, then that would automatically make Eobard Thawne dead as well, because of like the whole timeline stuff. However, through assumptions, the reason why Reverse Flash kept surviving was because of the negative speed force and it shielding him from timeline changes. This was the ongoing theory on how Eobard Thawne survived when Eddie shot himself. But the issue arises here. If Eddie shot himself and he's pretty much dead, then how is he back? Now, in my opinion, there was someone behind it. Now, obviously, we see Eddie go through the singularity, but we don't see what happens afterwards. So for all we know, what happened to Eddie when he got sucked into that singularity is that someone saved him. That could be possible, because you have to take into account this is someone that literally shot himself in the heart. How on earth is he surviving like that? In my opinion, this isn't going to be saved through just some singularity stuff. Someone, after Eddie got through that singularity and ended up wherever he is, saved him. And I think Eddie ended up in 2049 or somewhere in the future at least. Someone must have saved him, and someone smart, considering that this is someone that killed themselves. And who better to do that than the main villain of the show, Eobard Thawne, aka the Reverse Flash. Now hear me out, I'm not talking about Kavanagh's version of Eobard Thawne over here. I am talking about Matt Letcher's Reverse Flash over here, in which we know he will be playing a big role in the back half of The Flash Season 9 as well. He will be one of the returning characters. Although we haven't seen him in set photos yet, you would obviously assume that he would have a big role anyways, because he is going to be the Reverse Flash that has to kill Nora Allen. This all needs to be from a younger version of the Reverse Flash. And yes, although we did see Tom Cavanagh's version of the Reverse Flash in the Flash Season 9 set photos, I am definitely sure that Matt Letcher will be in the series finale as well, and we are going to get that big massive final battle between the Flash and the Reverse Flash, and it's going to be played by Matt Letcher's Reverse Flash, who is a much younger Reverse Flash that hasn't yet lived through the events of Season 1 all the way till Season 9 now, since Eobard Thawne is returning again. So I think Matt Letcher's Eobard Thawne is who saved Eddie, and this could potentially explain why Eobard Thawne, Welsabard's Eobard Thawne, survived the events of The Flash Season 1. And this would explain why he kept coming back, because truthfully, Eddie never died in the first place because someone saved him. This could be potential. We don't know, but it could potentially happen. So maybe the reason why Thawne just kept coming back was because yes, although Eddie shot himself and we did see Eobard disappearing, this is when Eddie was dead. But someone, when Eddie got sucked into that singularity, brought him back to life. And this would explain how Eobard Thawne comes back to life as well. This could be possible. So after all, it might not be the negative speed force that saves Eobard. It could very much be a younger version of Eobard Thawne that saves Eddie himself. That could be possible. I'm not saying it will happen, but it is just a theory. So how could this be? So we know obviously Eobard Thawne is a highly intellectual person. He would definitely know something to do, whether it is maybe that crystal we see from the end of the Flash Season 8 finale, because we know Cobalt Blue will be linked with the blue crystal from the Flash Season 8 finale. But what's so special about this blue crystal? It could potentially be how Eddie Thawne is alive. Maybe that's like some timeline anachronism causing thing and Eddie Thawne becomes one of them. It could obviously be what gives Eddie Thawne his powers as well. This could very much be the source of energy which gives Eddie his Cobalt Blue abilities. But like something so advanced like that, like how is that created? We need to think about something like that as well. Obviously Eobard would be more than capable of creating something like this due to just how incredibly smart he is, and with future technology he would be more than capable of doing something like this. But this giving Eddie like his source of powers, which I'm guessing they're going to make Cobalt Blue a speedster on the show, and also being the reason why Eddie survives. Something so advanced as well. I don't know in the same time how Eobard could do it, but maybe he did. Who knows? But we know what this blue crystal does is that it grants someone to be able to go through time. And the reason why we know this is because through set photos which we've seen Eddie Thawne in, or just in set photos which we've seen this blue crystal in, they've ended up in different points in time. Eddie Thawne was able to time travel using this crystal, as we obviously see him in present day in the Flash Season 9 finale, while in the Season 8 finale ending, we see the crystal in 2049, but also in set photos, we do see the crystal in the year of 2000. So we do know whoever has possession of this crystal has the ability to time travel. So it might very much just be future technology that helps you time travel, something like that. Or it could be something that Eobard Thawne created. That could be possible as well. But I am guessing this is how Eddie is alive, because this crystal is pretty much like a timeline anachronism causing thing. So not only does it allow you to time travel and go through various points in time, but it could essentially save you from a timeline change maybe, and that's how Eddie Thawne surviving could be the reason why Eddie is not dead. It is also very possible that Thawne could have just simply just patched Eddie up. Maybe he wasn't dead right away and Thawne saved him last minute. Maybe that could happen as well. I don't know, but it would be interesting to actually see how Eddie made it out alive. But yeah, as I said, we do see Eddie using these crystals in various points in time. So he's able to time travel, and that's how he is able to bring these other past villains back that we also see in the set photos from the Flash Season 9 finale. We see Zoom, we see Savitar, and we see Godspeed, all of which will be coming back through time travel. And also the Welzabard version of Reverse Flash as well, because as we know, the Welzabard version of Reverse Flash got erased from existence. Zoom becomes the Black Flash. Godspeed gets locked up, which it's easy for a speedster to break out anyways. And Savitar also got erased from existence. So the reason why and how these characters come back is through this blue crystal. Not only does it, keep them immune from timeline changes, but they're also able to cause anachronisms by bringing these people out and bringing them to present day. It has the ability to do this, but also, as I said, it does help Eddie time travel as well. So maybe this could be the reasoning how all of these events are taking place and how this big massive speedster villain war is going to happen. It's all going to happen through Eddie Thawne's return. Now, in regards to how he becomes a villain, that's another question on its own. It could be because Eobard Thawne is who manipulates Eddie, and he pretty much gets him to turn on everyone, and Eddie becomes a villain like that. Or maybe Eddie sees it for himself. Maybe if Reverse Flash isn't behind it, somehow he gets hold of this blue crystal which helps him survive. Eddie could see this himself. Assuming he ends up in 2049, He would wake up, he'd want to go to Iris, only to find out Iris has 2 children with Barry, so pretty much Barry took the girl he loved. That's 1. Strike 2 would be that the Flash is pretty much known as like this big savior hero of Central City, whereas Eddie Thawne would have just been forgotten about. So all of these events could potentially be what triggers Eddie to a point where he's like, no, I'm not having this, I'm gonna get my revenge. I'm gonna show Team Flash what it means to, you know, do all of this to me. So Eddie would want his revenge, and I think that's how he ends up being a villain. So I think it could all be Iris related in a way. So it could just be like jealousy of Barry, pretty much. He took Iris from him and obviously took all the credit. So that could be possible as well. Or as I said, it's just simple manipulation from Eobard Thawne. Who knows? But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think about all of this. I'm interested to see all of your thoughts towards all of it as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.